guys pulled ahead by 11 midway through the fourth quarter.
Yep.
And couldn't hold on. What was your view of what happened there down the stretch?
Probably the same as your view. When we were up 9, that was probably the biggest one where we gave up the 3 free throws and then the next play, a 3. Once it became a possession game, then our offensive process was actually okay. We were getting to some coherent actions. We had the ball going where it needed to go. We missed a couple shots there, but and then we had a couple, tactical deals that we could have been a little bit better, defensively, where they were able to get downhill and then give up that big 3 to Bridges. That one felt like when we're dialed in, like we don't give up that 3 when we're in our zone.
This might be an oversimplification, but generally in fourth quarters, you guys have struggled a bit from 3. How much is this, in a big picture, a lot of make or miss versus the shots that you want to be getting in like last 5 minutes?
Yeah, there's been some other things in other games. You're probably not too far off tonight. Like I said, there was a couple, 3 turnovers where we could have been better, and that was before we got to that final whatever stretch. Those 3 turnovers ended up proved to be costly, but in terms of executing and then getting the ball where it needs to go and getting open looks, I thought there was a good process to that tonight. It's tough to say that when we score what we did and then get the win, but that it's different than some of these other games. But we got a very tough minded group, and that's what we need right now. And even some veterans, in the locker room, or a veteran coach like myself, you just realize how tough it is to win in this league. It really is. On any given night, it is a challenge, and we just have to stay together and figure this out.
Kind of off that, but you're obviously continue to stress process over results. But how do you make sure this doesn't become more mental than anything?
Yeah, I haven't felt that, but of course, we have a bunch of competitors in the locker room, so I want our group to just, embrace the competition of these close fourth quarters. When you're in the middle of July and you're starting up your training, this is what the guys want, these games, like this. But it's tough to kind of transport your mind, to that kind of mindset. But that's what it is. Our group, like I said, is a connected group. It's like a college atmosphere. So, in terms of our spirit, we'll be fine, and we just have to forge ahead. You have to forge. Sometimes you get tested. Sometimes you get tested in a way that you don't want to be tested in this league. And you can fold the tent, or you just keep on forging and forging and forging. And that's what our group is going to do.
Obviously, not to denigrate the competition, but the schedule now gets a lot tougher just by record with the Clippers and the Celtics and the Grizzlies and the Knicks. Do you feel there's something still here that can translate against a higher level of competition?
I do.
Have to. Yeah.
Yes, I do. Of course I do. And our guys in the locker room feel the same way. We just have to stay together, and use this as an opportunity, a growth opportunity to overcome something that sucks, and we're going to figure this out.
It seems like getting to the free throw line hasn't been there happening consistently over this kind of stretch of games. When you're talking about kind of trying to control that lead, does that kind of a factor here where you kind of do have to get to the line, I guess?
Yeah, it could be at the line or just being assertive on really putting some pressure on the paint. And at the rim, and we could have been a little bit better at that. Probably it wasn't as many possessions as it felt like in the fourth, because some of those threes were wide open. But certainly a handful more paint touches that may or may not have led to the free throw line. Bam got a great one. That sequence was a really good 3-possession sequence, out of that formation we were running. And Bam drawing a foul was great. And there were probably, 3 opportunities, 3 or 4 maybe opportunities where we could have been a little bit more assertive trying to get into the paint.